Hello, I'm Emily D'Angelo, and I'm part of Orchard Hill's adult ministry team, and today I have the pleasure of having a conversation with my friend Susan. I have loved getting to know you in the few years we've known each other, and I think you have a story to tell. I'd love for you to start by just sharing with us a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I was raised in a Christian home, was very active in the youth group and in choir. I think I started singing in choir when I was 12.
So you were raised in a Christian home, but
Yes.
there was a season in your life where you ran away from that upbringing.
I think I was around 20 when I started working my first job, and it was actually a second shift position. So by taking that job, I had to quit going to youth group, quit going to choir,
Okay.
and I began to fall away from the Lord.
Wow. So outside of that supportive Christian community, what did your life look like, Susan?
A mess. Basically, I started making wrong decisions. Because of the legalism in the church, I felt like I couldn't live up to their expectations anyway. So why bother try?
So after running away from your Christian community, your family, you were living a life so far away from God, apart from God, and a partying lifestyle. Can you tell us what happened next?
Well, I got pregnant. And then I had an abortion.
Oh, Susan.
And then I quit going to church completely. I think before that I went to church periodically, but I think in my heart I was so ashamed that I just couldn't bring myself to go to church. I didn't think God could forgive me.
I'm so sorry for your pain and years of shame. But God had a plan for you, right? He brought you out of that. Can you tell us about what He used to remove that shame and blame from your life?
My parents, for one thing, they never stopped praying for me. And I know the Lord didn't give up on me either. He will forgive no matter what we do if we sincerely ask Him. And He did. He forgave me.
Yes, this I know is true from what I've learned in God's Word, but He used a particular study to bring you to that knowledge of His forgiveness. Can you tell us about that?
So I was in a life group. One of the women in that study worked for Choices Pregnancy Services. So I talked to her one day and she said, well, because you've had an abortion, you need to do this Bible study. And it was called Forgiven and Set Free. And it has been so freeing. My life has changed, honestly, so much since I went through that Bible study.
Can you tell us a little bit about the study and how it's being offered to people in the Pittsburgh region?
I now co-facilitate that Bible study. And we plan to begin another study beginning in February.
And ladies who hear this story today, who find themselves maybe in a similar situation of living with the sadness of an abortion from years ago, they could participate in this Bible study.
Absolutely.
I'm easy to get in touch with at edangelo@orchardhillchurch.com, and then I would love to connect people to you, Susan. I thank the Lord for your story, because I think it reminds us all that there is no sin that a person can commit that's unforgivable.
Yes.
And then when we receive that forgiveness, we're set free
Yes.
to live our lives on purpose for Him.